Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's defendant is a master courtroom violinist. With 2 active warrants for failing to pay fines and a new charge for driving on a suspended license, he's here with a song of woe, hoping it'll tug a heartstring or two. The judge, unfazed. It's $100 to walk or 10 days in custody. Let's watch what happens when excuses get a hard pass.
Russell Ostrom.
All right, Mr. Olstrom, we're here on a couple of matters. You got 2 warrants for your arrest for failure to pay fines, and you got a new violation of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. So I want to talk about the original charge first, and then we'll talk about the warrants.
Okay, on the driving on the charge, I was walking here to pay my fine to the courthouse.
I've got to do things in a particular order, and then I'll hear from you. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me get things in a particular order, okay? Your address is still on Barranca?
Yeah.
Do you have an email address?
No.
Okay. Your phone number ends in 0272?
Yes.
All right. So the driving suspended, revoked, or canceled violation is a Class 1 misdemeanor. You have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. That's why I cut you off, because I need to make sure you're aware of your rights before you start speaking.
Okay.
That Class 1 misdemeanor has a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months in jail, and or 3 years probation. Your options are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty or no contest, we will impose sentencing today. If you plead not guilty, we'll schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That's where you'll meet with the prosecutor, discuss the case, and one of 3 things will happen as a result of that. 1, the case will go to trial. 2, the case could enter a plea agreement. Or 3, the case could be dismissed. You also have the right to an attorney. There's no jail time being asked of this. Therefore, you're not entitled to a court-appointed attorney, so you would either have to hire your own attorney at your own expense or proceed without an attorney. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Okay. How do you wish to proceed, with or without an attorney?
Without attorney.
All right, so I'm going to send you a attorney waiver form that you'll need to sign. Also, you have the right to appear in person if you wish, instead of by this video. Since we're here on video, I'd like to proceed forward and do the arraignment with your permission and consent, waiving your personal appearance. Do I have your consent?
Yes.
All right. All right. Do you have any questions before you give a plea to the court on the new charge of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license?
Well, the car's not mine. I was helping a lady out. She broke down.
No, sir. Okay, this is on the driving suspended violation. Okay?
I know my license is right, but she lives right across the street from Circle K. Well, her car broke down. She couldn't get the start, so it broke down. She lost the clutch in it.
All right. Well, what they're alleging, sir.
I got to run again.
Sir, you got to listen and not talk.
Okay.
You are charged with driving suspended. None of that matters, what you just told me. None of that matters. Okay. You either did or did not commit the driving suspended violation. I'm asking you for a plea, not an explanation or presenting any evidence, okay? So you either have to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to that charge. And then later, in a few more steps, I can hear what you have to explain if you wish to explain it. Okay. But I need to collect a plea and not any facts or circumstances of the case quite yet. Okay? Okay, you want to plead guilty?
Yeah.
All right, so then give me a moment and I'll hear what you have to say after your guilty plea, okay? So you're giving up certain rights by pleading guilty. I need to make you aware of those rights that you're pleading guilty, to make sure you're aware of the rights that you give up. First off, are you on probation or parole?
No.
Okay. You're given up the right to plead not guilty and require the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You're given up the right to have a trial in front of a judge. You're given up the right to have the assistance of an attorney at all stages of the proceeding, including appeal, and that's where we talked about the attorney waiver form. You're given up the right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them as to the truthfulness of their testimony. You're given up the right to present evidence in your own behalf and subpoena witnesses in favor of your case, free of charge to you. You're given up the right to remain silent and to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you're also given up the right to a direct appeal. Every person that pleads guilty is found guilty is or pleads no contest has read the following citizens advisory. If you are not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation even if the charge is later dismissed. Your plea or admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or prevent you from becoming a United States citizen. Knowing each of these rights I've just explained to you, Mr. Ostrom, do you wish to waive those rights and enter your guilty plea?
Yes.
You may file a Rule 33 petition for post-conviction relief, and if denied, file a petition for review. I'll give you a letter that explains that, and it'll also explain the other two sections, which is how to set aside the judgment of conviction pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13905 once all the terms of the sentence have been completed, and may qualify for a certificate of second chance. And you may apply to seal the records pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13911 once all the terms of the sentence and timeframes therein have been satisfied. So let me present you a factual basis on this case that you must acknowledge. All right, so the citation indicates that on 11/13 of 2024 at about 1:50 p.m. you were contacted East Phoenix Street by the Gila County Sheriff's Office. In that police contact, you were issued a civil violation for 3 civil violations. We'll talk about those in a minute. And also the criminal violation of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. That location occurred in the city limits of Payson in Gila County in the jurisdiction of this court, and you are here pleading guilty to that charge of driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Regarding your plea, have you made that voluntarily?
Yes.
Nobody forced, threatened, or harassed you to make that plea?
No.
Okay, and nobody promised you any lighter sentence or punishment? If you pled guilty, you'd receive a lighter punishment? Okay, the court will accept your plea of guilty and finds that you made it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently. You'll have to sign the form that is a guilty or no contest plea proceeding, has my initials of all the rights I just explained to you. You'll also have a paper that will explain to you the how to set aside judgment and seal the records, that information. Okay. So that'll be presented to you as well.
Thank you, sir.
That will require your signature. And now regarding the civil traffic violations that you were trying to discuss, you're issued a citation for those violations of no mandatory insurance, displaying a license plate that is suspended for financial responsibility, and having no driver's license. Okay, so those were the 3 civil traffic violations that you were cited for. And I know that you started to talk about the vehicle's not yours. I see that on the citation it belongs to somebody else. But it is the duty of the driver that when they drive a vehicle, somebody else's vehicle, any vehicle that they drive, that they must make sure that the vehicle is legal to do so. So you certainly can plead, and not knowing, that will have to be something. Here's how you can plead to that if you wish. You can plead either responsible or not responsible to that. And then what you can do is if you plead not responsible, you can come to court, the officers will come, they'll be subpoenaed, and you can give testimony of you're not responsible. And then I have to make a decision, or another judge will make a decision on that. The officer will give testimony and have to render a decision. If you plead responsible, we'll add that to the sentencing portion of the case, and that'll conclude the matter. It's up to you.
I'm not responsible for that.
Okay, so you want to plead?
I was out trying to help the lady out, because she stopped me at walking here to the courthouse to pay my fine, and she stopped me. She's like, "Can you help me?" And I was like, "Well, let me see what I can do." So I hotwired the starter to make it move again. So she lives right across the street from Circle K, literally right across the street.
Okay.
So you can go clutching it. You can't.
I can't have a trial right here. You're so badly wanting to tell me the details. If you want to plead not responsible, I'll put that in as not responsible, and we'll set you for a traffic hearing, okay? Then I can hear all the details, but I can't have you tell me the details now. This is not, I don't have the other side of the story. That has to be done with everybody present. So is that what you wish to do, is plead not responsible to those other violations?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take care of that. We'll set you a civil traffic hearing date for those dates, and I'll take that into consideration here in a moment. All right, so regarding the driving on a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license, that is a $441 fine. There's a $69 jail fee for the incarceration. So give me a moment here. I got to do a little bit of edits here.
Sir?
Yes.
I got $50 on me because I paid my fine yesterday before I got arrested. Next Monday, I will have another $50 for you for the court. That's when I get paid again.
Okay, so you're too far in front. I haven't even got this done yet. So I've got to talk to you about the warrants that you're trying to get to, and I got to get them in front of me. So you're giving me reasons and explanations, and I'm not even looking at that yet. I've got to make some edits here of these violations that I'm looking at now. All right, so that balance is a total of $510. Unless you cannot pay, I have to add a $20 payment plan.
Okay.
That's $530, and I'll just schedule you to make monthly payment plans on that, just like you've been doing. Just continue your payment plan, okay? All right, so that handles that case. So I'm going to need your signature on the judgment and sentencing form regarding that.
Okay.
We'll send you a civil traffic hearing date as well for the other case, so you'll receive that in your paperwork.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to release you on your own recognizance because that case is now adjudicated and has been sentenced, okay?
Okay.
So that one is all done.
Thank you.
All right. Now, we'll get to the warrants that you were talking about. So one case is a case from 2022, and the other case is a case from 2023. The 2022 case is, a second here, case number 2022 TR 12129. There was failure to make payments on this, and I know we discussed it last time that you can't just make payments when there's a warrant. Okay, on the other case, 2023 TR 12038, that also is a failure to pay violation.
I know.
That's
That's why I was coming here to pay. I was walking here. I had
on that date, it was already late.
Well, I didn't know. I did not know. I was walking here to make the payments. I knew it was getting close, to make a payment. So I was walking here to make the payment. And next Monday, I'll have another payment for you.
Okay.
Another $50.
All right. So what I'm doing on the warrants is, there's several cases. Not all of them have warrants, but there's several cases that you owe. Now you have a new case that you owe on. So it's a perpetual issue. You're going to have to stop driving. You're going to have to stop doing those things because you're just getting too much fines for the court. And then when you're not able to pay, there's warrants come out, and I can't just let you make payments when the warrants come out. That's what I discussed with you.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a warrant. I really didn't.
The case that's in 2022 has a balance of $707.
Okay.
The case from 2023 has a balance of $1,837. That includes a criminal driving suspended, but also some civil traffic violations. That's why it's so expensive.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is lower the bonds down on each of those cases to $50. So I'm going to hold you in custody until the date of 11/25/2024 at 1:30, unless you post the $100 bond. If at the end of the 10 days, if you're still in custody, I'm going to give you some credit for the time served to start working down those balances. I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave you in custody, but what I can't do is what the history shows is a warrant goes out, you make a payment, and then it defaults again, and then you make another payment when a warrant comes out. Can't do that. We got to have timely monthly payments.
Okay, so I can't. If I stay in here, I can't go to work.
I understand that, sir. But what
I just got my new job.
Okay,
All right. I get paid Monday, and I'll bring you the $50. I promise. I don't want to be here no more.
Nobody wants to be in custody. Okay,
I
nobody
don't want
wants.
to be here. No, I don't want to do this no more. So I'm trying to be good to you guys at the courts.
And so what I have to do is I have to protect what's owed, and I have to protect the court. Okay, what I saw in your case, Mr. Ostrom, and this is not surprising to you because I had this discussion with you.
I know. That's what. I'm honest to God truth with you right now. I can't do this no more. That's why I'm trying to be right with you. I got $50 right here, right now.
Then all you have to do is come up with another 50. Put some calls in. I know somebody bonded you last time. You got to come up with $100.
Cash?
What's that?
Can I bring it to the courthouse cash? $50
You can't, but somebody else can.
today?
If you bring a total of 100, I got $50 on each case. Okay, so if you bring a total of $100 or have somebody do that, you'll be released out of custody. And then you got to make timely, that's a keyword, monthly, that's another keyword, payments. Not payments when a warrant comes out. Okay, so I lowered both of those bonds for you to make it reasonable so you could bond out so the court can collect the payment. If not, you're going to get some credit for time served, but it doesn't do as good as you getting a job. Okay, so know that this is going to repeat over and over unless you make your timely monthly payments. Okay, you can't negate on those.
So I can get released my $50 to you for one half of it.
You can be released today if you post a $100 bond.
Okay.
Okay, and those bonds are forfeited to the fine. They're not going to be returned to whoever posts it.
That's fine.
Going to the bond. Okay. Any other questions in that?
No, sir.
Okay, so I'll send you this paperwork, and then you can get to work on trying to get that bond to get you out. And then when you're released, know that we need timely, keyword, monthly, keyword payments. Okay?
Okay.
I made it within reach for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that'll be all then.
That, my friends, was the sound of a tiny violin breaking in the courtroom. The judge made it clear, timely monthly payments are the only way forward. Will this finally teach the defendant the meaning of responsibility, or is it just another song in his never-ending loop of woeisms? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gripping courtroom moments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.